Hello students. So we continue with our discussion on entropy. Now we will not have microscopic point of view. We will adhere to the norms of classical thermodynamics, and I am going to explain how we encounter this property entropy while discussing the things at macroscopic level, that means classical thermodynamics. Now here this is a familiar diagram, that's of a Carnot, this is a Carnot cycle and you are familiar with this. I'll come to this, but let's pay attention to what I say here. Let's say that we have a chart which is bound by a two-dimensional plane bound by two axes, and along these two axes are two properties. Whichever are the properties, any two thermodynamic properties, you know, pressure, volume, temperature, internal energy, enthalpy, entropy, all are these properties. So one property along x-axis, another property along y-axis. And now I am going to draw, let's say, a constant pressure line, okay? And I say that this is a constant pressure line. Please note, I have not said this is pressure, volume. There are any two properties. You can say any particular, you can consider any particular property. Let's say, I say it's pressure, it's a constant pressure line, okay? That means at every point, the pressure has to be same, okay? Every point on this curve, the pressure has to be same. Now if I draw a parallel line like this, parallel to this, suppose if I draw a parallel line here, then this will be a different pressure line, okay? Here if the pressure is 10 bar everywhere, here maybe pressure is 8 bar, whatever, but it should be constant everywhere. So it's a constant pressure line. You could say this is a constant temperature line, or so temperature here will be different, temperature here will be different. Now suppose, so one condition, if you are drawing constant pressure, constant temperature, or constant any property line, all these lines should be parallel to each other, right? Why? Imagine this. Suppose if I say that this is one constant pressure line, this is another constant pressure line, okay, and they intersect. Now this is contradiction. Why? Because if you say this line has pressure say 10 bar and this has 8 bar, okay, what at intersection, this is a common point. What is the pressure at that point? You can't say, because every point on this line should have 8 bar, every point on this line should have 10 bar, but this is intersection, that means this point is common. How can it represent both 8 bar and 10 bar? This is not possible. So if there is any property line, if it's a constant property line, any property, if you are going to draw, then another value of that property you can represent by, and again you can draw a constant value throughout that, but these two lines have to be, or these two curves have to be parallel to each other. They cannot intersect, right? They cannot intersect. Remember this, and this is obvious, right? Because if they are intersecting, then there is a point of intersection, there is one point, it can't have two different values, okay? So this is something which you would like to remember. Now let's look at this. Let's look at this Carnot cycle. Now see, in Carnot cycle, 1 to 2 is heat addition, reversible isothermal. 2 to 3, you know, it is reversible adiabatic expansion, right? 3 to 4 is reversible isothermal heat rejection, and 4 to 1, it is again reversible adiabatic compression, okay? So this is a reversible cycle, which is a Carnot cycle. Now here also I would like you to understand, this is a constant temperature line, this is a temperature TH. This is here throughout 3 to 4, heat is rejected isothermally and reversibly. This temperature is TL. You might go back and see, TL is the sink temperature, TH is the source temperature. So throughout this, the process, throughout this the temperature is constant. 1 to 2 temperature is constant, 3 to 4 temperature is constant. Okay, so these lines are also parallel to each other. Okay, when I draw this on a smooth blackboard, it's very difficult to draw, you know, parallel lines. So in the previous diagram, I understand the diagram was not really, but it was not really proportional, but I hope you can accept that. This is very smooth board, it's very difficult to have control over that figure. Okay, so here I am saying 1 to 2, 3 to 4 are parallel to each other. What about lines, I mean the curves 2 to 3 or the process lines 2, 3 and 4, 1? What about them? They appear parallel here, but why they should be parallel? That's the point. Okay. Now suppose we consider that they intersect. Let's say that they intersect. Okay. So let's say that I'm just changing the figure. Hopefully you are with me. So what I do here is I say that I draw a figure like this, and if I extend this, let's say this is if they are not parallel, and if I extend them, they will intersect. That means okay, this is intersection. So what has happened is 1 to 2, 2 to 3, because there is intersection, right? There is intersection now. So what we are saying is that two reversible, what are these lines? Expansion, compression, they were reversible adiabatic lines, okay? Reversible adiabatic line. We can say that our earlier diagram is like this. So this is our original cycle, but I have extended its intersection. So see here what is happening. We are assuming that two reversible adiabatic lines are intersecting. They are not parallel, but they are intersecting. What this assumption leads to, that's interesting. The assumption leads to is the following. So what it means is you can have a cycle 1 to 2, 2 to, this was earlier, this was 3 and 4. So I can say now there can be a cycle 1 to 2, 2 to say x, some value, some some point x, and x to back 1. So now you can have a cycle. You have constructed a cycle. What is a cycle? Cycle means initial state and final states are same, right? A system undergoes different processes and comes back to initial state. That's a cycle. So you have now a new cycle. Let's say 1 to 2, 2 to x and x to 1. Is this possible because you have assumed that the reversible adiabatics are intersecting. What it means is, see what is happening in 1 to 2. 1 to 2 there is heat addition. 2 to x, now we are expanding it up to x, right? There is work output, and then there is compression. Back there is heat addition. Where is the heat rejection? There is no heat rejection, because when there is intersection, that means the heat rejection process is not required. Okay, so you have a cycle which is this can be considered as an engine which is working in cycle, and there is only one source through with which it is interacting. Okay, there is no heat rejection, and that is violation of Kelvin-Planck statement of second law. Are you getting this point? Okay, so when you are assuming that reversible adiabatics can intersect, that means you can get rid of the heat rejection process. Okay, and that means it violates the second law. So what it means is you cannot assume this. That means what you are saying is two reversible adiabatics cannot intersect. Okay, if they intersect, then you will have such kind of diagram. This diagram will be a cycle. That means it is converting all the heat added into work. Okay, so what we have proved is this is violation of second law. So what we have proved is two reversible adiabatics cannot intersect. If they cannot intersect, like recollect the discussion we had, we said that any two lines which are showing two different values of properties, they have to run parallel. Okay, so if you are saying that reversible adiabatics have to run parallel because they cannot intersect, they have to run parallel, that means each of these process line that is reversible adiabatic should represent a property value which is constant throughout it, right? So if I draw reversible, so over this diagram or original diagram, okay, now you assume that these are parallel, that means 2 to 3, 4 to 1, if they are parallel to each other, that means 2 to 3 has some property which has constant value throughout 2 to 3. 4 to 1 will have different value of the same property. So this is some property is constant along 2 to 3 and 4 to 1, and that property is entropy. Okay, that property is entropy. Now we'll have to prove that, we'll have to prove what is expression for entropy, but I hope you understood the point. Two reversible adiabatics cannot intersect. If you assume that they intersect, you would end up violating second law of thermodynamics, which is a basic natural law. It can't be violated. So that means your assumption was wrong. So the reversible adiabatic should run parallel. If they are running parallel, that means they should be, each line, each process line should be representing some constant value of some property, a particular property, and that property is entropy.